Ross Adams, welcome to the first video presentation of the Pipeliners podcast. It only makes sense that you should be here as our guest because you've been a perennial guest on the podcast, a real go-to kind of guy. So welcome.
Well, thanks for having me here. It's great to be out among the people, and it's good to see you in person.
Yeah, awesome. You know, it's so true, man. I'm so excited to be at a conference and talking to people in our business. I feel like I've really missed that opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, we're, at every conference we come to, we're surrounded by such great people that have a desire to improve the way that we operate in the industry and collaborate. And so it's always a pleasure to connect with those folks and learn and see old friends.
Absolutely. So what committee have you been attending?
I've been a usual suspect at the Gas Control Committee this week.
So what are you guys talking about in the Gas Control Committee?
How to keep PHMSA off our back to a certain degree. Maybe a little more blunt than necessary, but really, there's a variety of topics we've covered, and a lot focused around better operations, looking to the future. Some predictive analytics around alarming was somewhat interesting, and talking about RCVs and ACVs. A certain degree this afternoon, but the typical topics are always coming up, right? Team training, alarm management, things that we've done podcasts on together, right? We're still talking about those things because they're still proving to be a challenge. And then, another podcast topic that you and I have discussed is the changing culture in the audit sphere and how PHMSA is going deeper, maturing their expectations, and sometimes the target seems to move a little bit, but we're doing our best to keep up and continue to operate safely.
So tell me a little bit more about how is PHMSA going deeper in its control room audits? What is that looking like?
One of the things that's interesting, note that one of the committee people made today was that they thought that there's the new integrated inspections. They seem to be a little bit higher level, less questions. They actually found that the older Rev 3 CRM only inspection questions were more helpful because of all the considerations and the expectations that PHMSA was able to provide through that audit protocol, and so they felt that document was more helpful for them in prepping for audits. Now there's some things that aren't on there that are newer regulations you got to be aware of, but I think you look at the difference between the new audit protocol and the older audit protocol. The older audit protocol having the considerations and going into more depth, that's really where PHMSA is focusing on, and we're all just trying to keep up.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably true with most things that PHMSA does. Is as they mature, they tend to go deeper. They want more detail, and I would speculate that the audits are becoming more performance-based than functional-based, meaning they're less about what's in your plan and more about what are you actually doing.
Well, I think that's certainly right, and Dan Scarberry came by and gave a great presentation and talked a little bit about where the audit focuses are on now. Byron Coy came by and gave a presentation in the same regard. The newer requirements around team training, the roles and responsibility of others, we're certainly seeing a lot of audit findings in those areas, but that's just right now, and that's the newer things, and the thought is that they will probably cycle back through to other areas that maybe we've struggled in the past as the industry changes and matures in different areas over time.
Awesome. So was there anything else that kind of comes top of mind that y'all talked about?
Well, it was a great group, a lot of different conversation. We're looking forward to next year in New Orleans. A lot of talk about what we need to be looking forward to in the future, and it's looking forward to seeing whatever that might be.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Good to talk to you.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.